All right, sophomore guard Chris O'Brien, 9 points in 22 minutes tonight. Questions, guys?
Yeah, I asked you that obviously because the last game against these guys, I mean, how much of a bad taste did you have in your mouths the way that one ended?
Yeah, we played pretty well the beginning of the game and in the second half, and they got just at a point where they made 1, 2, 3 consecutive baskets, and then we just didn't capitalize on the offensive end, and we just kind of let our aggressiveness down, and they dictated what they wanted to do. They dictated what shots they were taking, when to get the calls. I mean, they just had everything going for them. We had no really.
Were you disgusted after that one?
Yeah, I mean, it's always hate to lose, and we tend to feel like we beat ourselves sometimes, but they give them all the credit. They played great. And we knew that we could learn from that game to make sure that didn't happen and to get out, jump start early, and then prevent that from happening. But just sticking to our game plan for this game. Considering
it was a 2 versus 3 matchup, second place on the line, were you surprised that they didn't really match your guys' intensity early on?
We just planned for them being aggressive, planned for them, with aggressive defense, attacking the basket like they did last game. But we also knew that, on our home court, we feel the energy from the crowd, and we don't really think of it as a 2-3 matchup, but another game to get better. That's been the coaches trying to instill that in us, and I think that kind of really overshadowed everything. I mean, some of the guys probably got it was a 2-3 matchup, and we just played what we had to do. And by doing the little things again, and it takes care of everything else with whatever we have.
So you weren't looking at this one as like one of those you circle your calendar like we're looking forward to this one kind of games?
It's not a make or break. If we lose, if we lost this game, it wouldn't depict not making the tournament. Wouldn't. It's just so many teams from first place team, and 8th place team, anyone can win. It's such a competitive league, up and down, and the standings. It'll help come tournament time, but right now it's just another game for us to get better and see what we can work on.
So how do you avoid looking past the bracket buster now
right.
till it's going to be a huge showdown
right.
next Thursday?
Right. Yeah. Bracket buster is a great challenge. Great challenge for us defending the 3-point line. And it gives us kind of another look at a team outside of conference. We've seen these teams play over and over against each other. We've played most of them twice already, and now just kind of step out and see, okay, we can compete here. Let's compete on a national level, and it'll just put everything in perspective to see how good we can be and how good we should be in the long run.
Chris, 6 wins in a row. You guys are locking people down on defense. Can you point to one thing or 1 or 2 things that have been really important as you guys have strung these wins together?
Yeah, defense has been our thing the whole year. We've been tough, mental toughness and physical toughness. Those are the 2 main things. You got to do both. Yeah, at the same time, you can't have one or the other. They got to be both there, and I think you got to just keep building that and instilling that. The coaches do a great job, and scouting report, and the coaches are just so paying attention to such a close detail, and it really rubs off on the players, and the players take that out on the court, and they're able to do that, and that's why we're able to find weaknesses what we can exploit, the strengths of our defense, and also our offense now has been dictating our defense with the good shot selection, offensive rebounds, second chances, just breaks their backs, no transition points, easy rhythm shots, and stuff like that. So I think it's both sides that's really helping offense and defense.
And you guys have come back and in these second games versus a lot of these teams, beating teams you didn't beat the first round. How much more important is it for you guys? You've had the first matchup and then coming back and being able to win.
Right. We see a lot of what we did wrong, and we're such a different team now than those beginning of conference. And there's just the little mistakes that you make that turned into a 5-0 run, 6-0 run, and playing on the road. Those runs are what kill you. That just makes a 6-0 run turn into a 12-0 run, and it builds up. And by looking at what we did in the past. And getting better from the mistakes, offensive and defensively. Not only mistakes, but also pointing out the good things to make us better. But I think just attention to detail again, and focusing on the little things that'll make you better. Overall, everything else will take care of itself.
Any other questions, guys? All right, thank you very much, Chris.
Thanks, guys.